edges. And this gonna be the first thing I'm gonna say as a public service announcement before we get into how to grow your edges. If you have naturally kinky curly hair, if you have curly hair, I don't really get into hair types like 4B, 4C. Sometimes y'all would hear me say 4B, 4C, just so for reference, so y'all can know what I'm talking about. But I'm just telling you now, if your hair look like mine or it's thicker, I want you to stop expecting for your edges to look relaxed. And I think that's a really, really big issue in the natural hair community that a lot of people don't want to talk about. If you have natural hair, your edges are not supposed to look relaxed. They're not supposed. Hey, LA Will, thanks for joining. Your edges are not supposed to look relaxed. They're not. And that's why a lot of people don't have edges. That's why people edges are shot out, because you are trying to make your edges look like something that is not. Okay? And I'm going to give y'all grace today, because maybe a lot of you who are watching me have gotten relaxers for years. So you were used to your edges looking fried, dyed, laid to the side. Okay? You were used to your edges looking sleek and straight. And there is something in you that feels like, if my edges are not sleek, straight, are curly. A lot of people ask me, oh, what kind of edge control can I use? Because some of these edge controllers I use, they end up curling up my hair, hours later. That's what, okay, your hair is naturally curly. And you will start to love your hair a little bit more, and your hair won't seem as hard when you accept the fact that you're black. Okay? When you accept the fact that you're black. You're black. And your hair is curly, okay? I got that one from TikTok. Yeah, your edges will get a lot easier when you accept the fact that you're black and that your edges will curl up, okay? Okay. So, I do want to say this. There are edge controls out here that will keep your edges slaying for the entire day, and where your edges will not move. I mean, your edges will be fried, dyed, glued to the side. You hear me? Them edges will be on fleek all day. They do have edge controls out there where if you want your edges to last all day, they will. But this is the issue. This is when the issue come in. And then you're wondering why you don't have no edges and why your edges can't grow back. Think about your routine. How many days have you slapped that edge control on there and put so much tension on your edges from slapping that edge control on there, brushing it with that brush to slick it down, and then you tie it down with a scarf. And you're wondering why you ain't got no edges. So I'm just here to tell you, if you are not relaxed, if you do not have a relaxer, your edges are not supposed to look sleek. Case in point, I'm natural. Look at my edges. They're not sleek at all. Now, granted, when I left the house, I did put a little bit of edge control, but by the end of the day, this is going to curl up. Okay? My edges are not sleek. But also, I don't care, because I'm black and I'm natural and I have kinky, curly, 4C hair. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. I only have an outline of edges. And look, we're going to help y'all who are trying to grow y'all edges back. But I wanted to really make sure our preference... ahead of Lewisburg Road in a quarter mile. You're still on the fastest route. Sorry, y'all, this is my GPS. But I just want to put that framework out there first, that I see people come in, and especially if for those who watching, if you are a teenager, young girls, I see a lot with the younger generation. I still see some in their 30s. You too grown and musky too. You need to love your edges, okay? But I see it a lot with these teeny boppers, the teenagers, the 20-year-olds. Listen, this your auntie talking to you, trying to help you out. y'all gotta chill on the edges, okay? And I'm saying this because I seen come in the salon, and I'm like, y'all too young for your edges to be shot out. Like when I was growing up, we had edges. We had edges. So this is how I'm gonna help you. First thing you need to do, if you want to grow your edges back, well, you gotta leave the edge control alone. You gotta be set free from the edge control. You need to be delivered from the edge control. You need to be delivered from feeling like you need your edges to be slicked down all the time. You need to be delivered from that. Am I saying it's bad to don't ever use edge control? No, I'm not saying that. You can use edge control, but it need to be in moderation. So, okay, I I give grace for, like, if a bride is getting married and she's going for a certain look, cool. If you're going to an event or something like that, a certain look, cool. But for an everyday basis, you do not need to be doing that. You do not need to be reapplying. And some people make it worse. They keep reapplying it every morning, and then you wondering why the edge control look caked up. And that's because at that point it's built up, so you need to wipe it off. So that's what you want to do. You want to wipe it off. As soon as you're done with your event, mist it, put some oil on it, and go on about your business, okay? So first thing you want to do, if you want to grow your edges back, leave the edge control at the minimum. And this is the reason why, y'all, because see, a lot of these edge controls have alcohol and stuff in it, which rightfully so, because they are and make something temporary permanent, which is lay them edges down, okay? And so when you do a repeat of always doing edge controlling your hair, the alcohol, it dries your hair out. And when that alcohol dries your hair out, what happens? Your edges break off, and now you're not seeing the growth. So we got to get some length retention in your edges. So first thing, one thing is stop using the edge control. Other thing you want to do, if you want to grow your edges back, is you got to stop with the tight tension hairstyles, okay? So whether that's tight slick back ponytails, and especially the wet ponytails, that's just the worst you can do, okay? If your edges is already compromised, you definitely don't want to do wet ponytails. And this is why I pointed out wet ponytails, because with wet ponytails, what people don't realize, when your hair is wet, is at its weakest and the most vulnerable states. So if you're putting a lot of tension on your hair while it's wet, if you're being rough with it while it's wet, if you're brushing it real hard, trying to get it so sleek and straight, you're just weakening your hair strand. And then on top of that, if you already using like an edge control, you definitely weakening your hair, okay? Yeah, you definitely weakening your hair. So if you're trying to grow your edges back, chill from the wet slick back ponytails. You want to find you another style to do, okay? Or you just need to be okay with wearing, like with me, I just wear my hair up in this like little pineapple, so you really can't see my edges. And then like a lot of styles that I wear, like with twist outs, I wear a lot of twist outs and 2-strand twists. To me, I don't even wear edge controls because it's not needed, because it goes with the style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and plus you can't even see my edges like that. And even if you did, it goes with the flow of my hairstyle. So I don't have a need to have my edges sleek, because I'm natural and because I'm black. Okay, I got to keep saying that because I'm black. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. So that's the second thing you want to do if you want to grow your edges back. The third thing you want to do to grow your edges back, you actually want to trim your edges. Now, I do see it's very trendy for people. Now, I don't know why y'all doing this. Some people have been cutting their edges, not like healthy trim, what I'm talking about, but I see people cutting their edges so they can swoop their baby hairs. You're not no baby no more. You ain't no baby. It's time for some of us to grow up. It's time for some of you ain't no baby hairs. Those are not baby hairs. Cutting them so you can swoop them and gel them down, and then y'all gel them all the way down to your eyebrow. I mean, I know to each his own, But my goodness, y'all. And you wonder why you can't grow it. But what I'm saying, if you want to grow your edges, you want to do a healthy trim on your edges. So for those clients of mine who are struggling with their edges, when I trim their head, I do take the edges out, okay? The edges that I can see, and I do a healthy trim. I have a client coming up now. It's been a year. I've been keeping up with trimming her edges. It's been a year. Her edges was like really, really short, and now they're starting to really catch up to the rest of her hair because she has not been doing edge control. We have been doing protective styles where it's not a lot of tension on it, and we have been keeping up with trimming her edges, and now they're starting to grow and flourish and fill out with the rest of her hair. So for a lot of y'all, when you go get your hair trimmed, make sure that stylist is pulling that little hair out and getting the split ends off the edges, because again, if they just keep splitting out, you're not gonna be able to see your growth over time. So if you want to grow them edges, make sure you just do a light dusting, light trim on the edges in particular, if that's the area you're really struggling with. Okay, even if the rest of your hair ain't ready for a trim, always comb out that front part and see how those look, and see if they're growing in even and full, and get that part of your hair trimmed. Okay, so that's the third thing you want to do if you want to grow your edges back. Then we talked about tension hairstyles, edge control, and then another thing is you want to keep your edges moisturized. Okay, you want to keep your edges clean and moisturized. Okay, so when I say this, a lot of people just think I just mean oil your edges. Now we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the oil, okay? Because we're not gonna leave that out. But when I say to keeping your edges moisturized, you gotta shampoo your hair. You gotta start shampooing your hair more often. So the rule of thumb for optimum healthy hair growth, every 7 to 10 days, shampoo your hair. Okay, now that's like, oh Lisa, I cannot shampoo every 10 days. Start somewhere. Okay, if you used to only shampooing your hair once a month, I want you to bump it up to every 2 weeks. Okay, if you're already at every 2 weeks, bump it up to 10 days. Okay, bump it up. Okay, just bump it up, because when you shampoo your hair, moisture comes from what? Water. Y'all, we getting a water burger in Raleigh, North Carolina. Can y'all believe it? I'm about to see what all the hype is about. Everybody keeps talking about water burger. We didn't really sidebar. But yeah, when you shampoo your hair, you get them edges, okay? Because your edges can grow when it's in a clean and moisturized environment, okay? Long gone are the days when people are like, oh, my hair grows when it's dirty. No, it don't. No, it don't. Stop lying. Stop lying, okay? When your hair is, when you have a good foundation, when you got a good foundational hair care routine, that's when your hair grows. That's when you can really see it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out your shampoo schedule, and you're going to shampoo your hair and include them edges, okay? Because if you was rebellious and you still been putting edge control on, we want to wash that stuff off anyway, okay? So you're going to shampoo your hair. You're going to use now what you could do is you can use that rosemary shampoo. That's going to stimulate them hair follicles near them edges. Y'all, I'm about to get on the belt line. It's about to be a lot of traffic. So if y'all don't see me looking down, that's why, because I'm trying to concentrate. I'm at the light right now. Okay. I heard the word edge and got distracted. Okay. So, yeah. Let me go ahead. Can I block this person while I'm at the light? Yeah, let's go ahead and remove that person. So, yeah, when you shampoo your hair. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was getting back to. If you're trying to grow your edges, use that first shampoo. Use your shampoo that's gonna help stimulate your hair, get that blood flow going. Because guess what? When your scalp gets stimulated and that blood flow started going, it helps promote more hair growth. So that first shampoo you want to use when you shampoo your hair, use like something like a rosemary shampoo. I got it on my website, or a shampoo they got like some tea tree and stuff in it, okay? That's gonna help stimulate your scalp. It's gonna be good for overall, not just growth on your edges. It's gonna help with growth just overall. Why did I get behind this city bus? Because I'm gonna have to stop every time he stops. I need to be on time. I'm 11 minutes away from my appointment. Okay, so yeah, you want to get something that's gonna stimulate, get that blood flow going. That's gonna help with your edges. And then after you use that shampoo, you want to follow up with a hydrating shampoo. So you can use my honey mimosa shampoo that's on my website, or you can also use the coconut milk shampoo. That's gonna be really good for your edges. So it's gonna put that moisture back in there, because what we talked about, that area needs to be clean and moisturized. What he doing? What was that guy doing? And he all on his cell phone, not even looking. So yeah, that's what you're gonna do. That's what you can follow up with. Okay, so that's what I mean by keeping your edges moisturized. And when you put your, and then after you do your 2 shampoos, right, then you're gonna follow up with your, you're gonna pair it with the same conditioner as the shampoo. So you're gonna take some of that conditioner and make sure you kind of getting it on those edges. All right, get that conditioner on them edges as well. All right, because remember, the ends is the oldest and the most fragile. So the edges that kind of grow, and even though they're short, make sure that conditioner is getting on there. Then you can put a plastic cap and let that treatment sit on your hair for about, if you don't have no heat, maybe about 30 minutes. If you do have heat, you can do 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to rinse it out, apply leave-in conditioner, and then you can apply, now you can apply your oil. Okay, some of y'all who like to use oils, now you can apply your oil, because guess what, your hair is clean, and now it is clean and moisturized from the shampoo and conditioner and the leave-in. Now we want to lock all that moisture in, because your edges can grow when they're clean and moisturized. So now that we cleanse the hair, we cleanse the scalp, we cleanse the edges, now we want to lock everything in. So you can use your leave-in conditioner and your oil. Other thing you want to do to grow your hair is massage it. Do scalp massages around your edges. So what you can do is, after you do your leave-in conditioner, you put your oil in, take that time to give yourself a nice scalp massage. And you probably already did this while you were shampooing your hair, but do it again. Take that time to take your oil to go ahead and massage your scalp. Okay, and that's what you do. So then you go ahead and style your hair as you will style it. And again, whatever hairstyle that you decide to do, after you shampoo and treat your hair, make sure it's not a style that's going to be a lot of tension. Make sure you just, comb those edges out, or do a style where it's kind of covering, where it's not going to be no tension. You want to make sure, if you're trying to grow your edges back, you want styles that are little to no tension, and you want low manipulation hairstyles. So for example, 2-strand twists would be a good style if you're trying to grow your edges back. A rod set would be good if you're trying to grow your edges back. Flat twist would be good. You can even do a silk press, because the silk press is not going to be tension on your edges, but you do have to be mindful with a whole lot of heat. So if you want to switch it up and do a silk press maybe once, in the winter time, but you don't want to like overdo it with a lot of heat. Okay, so I just want to put it out there. But let's just say you've been doing 2-strand twists, twist out. Oh yeah, twist out is another one if you're trying to grow your edges back. A braid out. Okay, you got options. You can do cornrows, but make sure those cornrows don't have a lot of tension. So you could do, like, say you want to do cornrows, you want to braid it down to wear up on a wig, and you can do that. You can wear a wig, but just make sure, if you cornrow your hair to wear up on a wig, make sure them braids up under the wig is not tight. They don't need to be tight, because you got to put a wig over it anyway. And if you are going to braid your hair down to wear a wig, make sure when you're at home and you don't have to be on camera for a meeting, for work or something, take the wig off. Okay, don't have just the combs just steadily in your hair. Take the wig off. Let your edges breathe while you at home and you chilling. Okay, So yeah, you're gonna do your scalp massage, and you're gonna do a low to no manipulation hairstyle. I done gave y'all some examples of some. And you want to keep the edge control at a bare minimum. If not, don't wear none at all if you can, depending on kind of style you're gonna do. All right. What's the other tip I can give y'all? Oh, this is another one, another big one. If you're trying to grow your edges back, I want you to pay attention to also the scarves and bonnets that you're using. So if you're trying to grow your edges back, make sure that scarf, if you tie your hair down, make sure that scarf is not extremely tight. Like when you take off your scarf, you should not have a print. You should not. That lets you know right there that, okay, there we go. All right, that lets you know right there that your scarf is tied entirely too tight. So make sure that when you get ready to tie your hair down at night or whenever you tie it down, it's not too tight. The other thing you want to be mindful of if you're trying to grow your edges back is pay attention even to your bonnets. Okay? If you're trying to grow your edges back, I would encourage you to get the bonnets that got the wide band. Okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about? It got the wide band. I would encourage you to get those type of bonnets because those is little to no tension on your edges. Okay? Again, we try to let our edges breathe and not stress them out because we don't already stress them out enough. All right, and the reason why the wide band is because sometimes the other bonnets, y'all know the ones that kind of got the elastic in it, that kind of scrunch up. It kind of look like the old Mother Hubbard bonnets. I don't really encourage those a lot. I know some people do like using them, but sometimes when that inside part starts to wear off and that white elastic part gets exposed, that rubs on your edges, and that little white elastic part will dry your edges off and break them off too. So that's why I say I would encourage you to get, you know, bonnets and stuff where it got the wide band, where it's not a whole lot of tight elastic. You don't want nothing really, really tight on them. Now you might be somebody watching this and be like, well, Lisa, I can't wear a bonnet, or I can't wear that type of bonnet because it comes off at night, like it never stays on. Okay, that's fine. Get you a satin pillowcase so you can start off the night with it on. If you realize that, okay, it always comes off, get you a satin pillowcase. All right, get you a satin pillowcase. Just have that protection in case, because you know your bonnet gonna fall off. Or if you don't even want to do a bonnet at all, a scarf off, just go ahead and get you some satin pillowcases. Okay, because that way, instead of sleeping on a cotton pillowcase, remember, cotton's going to dry your hair out, and when your hair is dry, guess what happens? Your hair breaks. So that's why I say satin. All right, you want to get you a satin pillowcase. And a little extra bonus tip, y'all, is something that I do is in my living room, in my ottoman, I keep a pillow, just an extra pillow with that pillowcase already on it. Because you know how sometimes, depending on like how your house is set up, let's just say you chill sometimes downstairs in your living room, but your bedroom is upstairs. You know, sometimes you just want to lounge around the house. You don't maybe feel like going upstairs. You feel like maybe walking down the hallway to go get your scarf or your bonnet, but you want to lay back on your couch. Keep that handy in your living room. So let's just say, you know, you know, doing, you know, chilling with the boo, chilling with your kids, and you just kind of laying back, or you kind of laying on the side and you on your edges of your hair, and you don't want your hair to dry out because of the, you know, material in the couch. If you got that satin pillowcase or that dedicated pillow in your living room, so just somewhere in your living room, your ottoman somewhere, you always have your protection. You don't have to worry about, oh, I got to get all the way up. Because I get it. Sometimes you're busy. You like, I don't feel like going upstairs to go get it. I mean, if you got kids, tell them kids to go up there and get it. You hear me? Hey, run upstairs and get mommy. Okay, but that's just a little bonus tip. Like if you're laying around the house or something like that, wherever you like, put it like this, wherever you like to chill in your house the most, and you realize that, I be getting too comfortable, I don't want to get up. You want to keep either a bonnet or scarf nearby down there that's dedicated to the area, or either a satin pillowcase that's dedicated to that area. Okay, and that's going to help you and give your edges time. Give your edges time. And trust me, if y'all follow these tips, your edges will grow back. Last thing I do want to keep in mind too is your diet. If you're trying to grow your edges back, we cannot forget the diet, okay? We cannot forget the diet. Your diet and what you eat and drink plays a big role in your hair as well. So also, if you're trying to grow your edges back, make sure you're taking a women's multivitamin. You can take hair growth pills, or not hair growth pills. Well, I mean you can, but I'm thinking about a biotin. You can take stuff like that, but regardless, you really don't have to take all that stuff for your hair to grow. If you're a woman watching this, just get you a good women's multivitamin, okay? Every woman should be taking women's multivitamin. I don't care how much of a hair nut you are, everybody should, because the way how they make food now, we still ain't getting everything you need. But just to keep you, make a buck and making sure you get the basic stuff you need, get you a women's multivitamin. Ask your primary care doctor what's a good brand. I don't really recommend a brand that I take. I just take a women's multivitamin. That's going to always help you. Also, make sure you're not eating a whole lot of processed foods. Okay? Not saying you can't do them at all, but have some balance. Get your protein, get your veggies in there. Okay, because your diet plays a big role. Make sure you're drinking your water. And then the last thing, if you're trying to grow your edges, is your mental health. Make sure your mental health is together, okay? We all go through things in life. So pray, meditate, find somebody to talk to, go on a walk, because all of this affects your hair growth. And if you're stressed out, and if you're stressed out, 9 times out of 10, you're not eating right, which I don't blame you, because if you're going through stuff mentally, you might not be thinking about the healthiest thing. You eating comfort food. So if you're stressed out, you're not going to eat right, and you definitely probably taking care of your hair. You are slicking it back in a ponytail. So first things first is make sure your mental health, you got a system to keep your mental health regulated. Then on top of that, once you get your mental health together, you get your inside together, because everything flows from the inside out. Get your insides together, meaning getting your water in, multivitamin in. At least try the 80-20. That's the rule I go by, because I'm going to eat me some good food, but 80-20, okay? Eating good. Then we start getting into our healthy hair care routine, which is, I'm going to repeat again because I got to go. I'm about to turn into his parking deck, so I'm going to lose service. But making sure no tight ponytails, lay out from the edge control, shampoo your hair, do your treatments, trim your edges, and do your scalp massages, and you're going to be good to go. So I hope this video was helpful. I ain't have long. Y'all, I'm about to pull up to my appointment. Share this out with somebody who's trying to grow their edges back. If you need any of the products that I mentioned, all the links will be in the description of this video. And if y'all have questions, if you're watching this replay, put them in the chat and I'll answer to it later. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I want to do I turn right here? Was I supposed to turn right there? All right, bye y'all.